that, because this makes sense. Okay, your name's Pete. Robert? Okay, how can I remember that? Robert Kennedy. Robert Kennedy.
Rudder! Rudder, XL.
Are they with us for this? Even I'll take a 1-0 streak.
Mid-fourth or after the fourth? Mid.
Shepherd, number 16, Corey Riskin, number 14, Colby Whipple, number 24, Phil Brown, number 44, D.B. Hunt, number 22, Sean Ferguson, number 4,
Okay, got it.
number 4, Chris Farrell, and number 37, Justin Davies. Sorry about that, folks.
Chris, a good start.
Hello and welcome to Wilson's Group Stadium at Royal Athletic Park. My name is Jameson Schultz-Franco alongside Chris Jaycox, the producer in the truck. Today we have a matchup between Ontario 1 Tecumseh Thunder and the Nova Scotia Sydney Sooners. Today we have at home plate Sean Sullivan as the umpire. At first base we have David Ford. And as the infield umpire we have Andrew Downs. This is game number 2 today on this cloudy morning here in Victoria, BC. Wind at around 14 kilometers per hour, heading out just towards center field. We'll give a little bit of a boost to the batsmen here. We'll see how they do today. You'll have to excuse me a few times here if I drop the cricket terminology. Up to bat first for the Tecumseh Thunder. We have Matt Sykes, the second baseman.
Number 1, please second base and 6.
First pitch is a strike here from the starting pitcher, Justin Davies, number 37 on the Sydney Sooners. Pitch number 2 is also a strike. Solid start here from Davies. Big time strikeout there from Justin Davies. Sean Sullivan, 3 strike calls to start the game, off to a quick start here. You can tell Matt Sykes not impressed with the call. However, he is still walking to the dugout. Next up to bat, we have Eric Cunningham. This man also known as the Franchise, I believe. First pitch called a ball. Second one called a strike. The Franchise not too impressed with that one. Looking in a similar area as the first pitch. Just to give a little bit of an update, this morning at Lambrick Park we had Alberta and Ilderton facing off. Alberta taking a big win to start things off, 8-0, excuse me, at Lambrick Park, and that was at 9 a.m. this morning. Here at Royal Athletic Park, we also had Newfoundland and Labrador facing off against Quebec. and Quebec would take the game 6-1 for a comfortable win. There's strike number 2 there. Justin Davies off to a solid start here on the mound on day 1. First one-line drive down the center field, picked up nicely by the second baseman. That is out number 2, caught easy by the first baseman.
Good job, Justin.
Solid play there by Matt Sykes there at second base. Next up to bat, we have Cam Goddard. I believe Cam Goddard was Tecumseh's batter yesterday in the home run derby. Goddard would be eliminated in the second round. That one fouled hard back into the net. So 2 outs thus far. Tecumseh Thunder, a little bit of background on this team. They have won the Ontario Elimination Tournament for the 5th consecutive year, and they defeated the Ilderton Red Army 5-1 in the championship game. That one's fouled left hard behind the truck there. They won, as I was saying, they beat Ilderton Red Army 5-1 in the championship game. Now Ilderton also playing in this morning's game. The first game, they actually lost 8-0. So Tecumseh being favored as the number 1 team from Ontario early on here. That one foul. That one actually played fair down the left line. Collected and given out at first base. That's 3 outs so far. Justin Davies off to a solid start here as the Tecumseh Thunder remains scoreless in the top of the first inning. Well, in the past decade, the Tecumseh Thunder have for sure been a powerhouse in this tournament. Last year was the first time they haven't medaled since 2013. They captured gold in 2015 and 2016 both. They captured the silver medal in 2014. So they're definitely a powerhouse to watch out for in this year's tournament. So starting the pitching here for the Thunder, they have Billy Martin. At third base, we have Mr. The Franchise, Eric Cunningham. At second base, we have Matt Sykes. At first base, we have Cam Goddard. Out in right field, we have Ross Barker, number 22. Center field, we have Austin Olds. And in left field, we have number 20, Mitch Roy. Behind the plate, we have Jesse Carriere. And at shortstop, we have Brandon Gignac. Now, Tecumseh being a pretty small city in in Ontario, only a population of 23,000 people. Quite the trek across to Victoria here for the Men's National Baseball Tournament. So up first to bat here, we have number 2, who's also the second baseman, Mike Tobin. First pitch, call the ball down and outside. Second one down the middle line, picked up comfortably out at first base. Solid pickup there from Brandon Gignac. Next up to bat, we have number 45, Ken Long. Ken is the first baseman who took it comfortably multiple times in the first inning there. First pitch, called ball. Fouled behind the plate there. Ken Long starting off with a count of 1-1. Count is 2-1. That one just a little inside, called ball. So Billy Martin off to a solid start here. That one fouled hard left into the parking lot. So Ken Long will take his time getting off to the mark here. That one fouled in the exact same spot, just behind in the parking lot. Ken Long not in any rush with only one out thus far in the bottom of the first inning. That one called strike. Second out of the day thus far for Billy Martin on the mound. Next up to bat, we have number 32, Jordan Shepard. That one called strike by Sean Sullivan at the home plate. Now, the majority of the Sydney players are actually Sydney natives. Jordan Shepard being one of them for sure. That one called ball for a count of 1-1. Strikeout swinging there for number 2. Line down the right line, taken comfortably for the third out of the inning as Billy Davies, 3 outs for this man, and the Thunder end the bottom of the first comfortably. So up first to bat here in the second inning, we have Ross Barker, the right fielder from Tecumseh Thunder. Still at the mound, we have Justin Davies. Now, as we see with the 25-man roster, there's going to be a lot less pitching changes than you would see in a normal 9-inning game, as we're only lasting 7 innings today. First one called ball. Second one called strike. Justin Davies getting a comfortable 3 outs early on in the first inning. Pitching being the name of the game thus far. That one called ball. On deck for the Tecumseh Thunder, we have Roberto Duncan, who is number 16, the designated hitter. 2-1 the count. 1-2, excuse me. That one a little high, called ball. So the first walk of the day here for Justin Davies. Ross Barker taking a little stroll to first base there. So this is Roberto Duncan, the designated hitter for Tecumseh Thunder, as said before. Swinging on the first pitch there as it's fouled into the net behind the plate. That one a little high and inside, called ball. 1-1 the count thus far. That one line drive to left field. Picked up comfortably in the left field. That would be a single, advancing Ross Barker to second as Roberto Duncan gets comfortably to first. Next up, number 20, the left field, Mitch Roy, comes up to the plate. On deck, we have number 7, the catcher, Jesse Carrier. So there we have it, the first base hit of the day. Starting things off solidly. Big swing there, strike one. So Tecumseh Thunder early on in the top of the second here in scoring position. Swung hard on the second pitch again, fouled left to the broadcast truck. Ball one there. Count 2-1. So with a man on first and a man on second and 2 strikes down, Justin Davies only has 1 ball thus far. So a little bit of breathing room for him here if he puts one outside. 2-2 the count. Full count now. So this morning a little bit of blue skies across the town of Victoria, but cloud and smoke moving over for sure. Looking a little bit eerie today. Full count now, Justin Davies. Strike 3. That's the second strikeout of the day for Justin Davies. So the catcher up to bat now, Jesse Carrier. First pitch called ball. So Carrier in with a man on second and a man on first. Definitely looking for a base hit here. Called time there. Quick meeting between the catcher and the pitcher. Dangerous pitching in a situation like this early on, and with two guys in scoring position here. Just a quick word from the catcher, though. And quite a lot of space given at the second base there. So Jesse Carrier is going to get his second ball. That one fouled up to the parking lot once again. So we can talk about players that we want to look out for in this tournament. As we mentioned before, the franchise, number 3, Eric Cunningham. He had a 3.313 average last tournament with a home run and 3 RBIs. Also a little bit of pitching from that man. Another man that you should be watching out for, Brandon Gignac. That one called strike. Brandon Gignac hit .467 in last year's tournament. Pretty solid average. Weighing in at 160 and only 5'11". Quite a solid batting average from Gignac. He'll keep an eye out for him today at shortstop. That's ball 3, high and outside. Justin Davies at a full count now, with 1 out. That one fouled fast into the back net. That one fouled once again to the parking lot. The favorite spot of the day for the batters thus far. Majority of the batters being lefty as well. That one outside, so he's walked to first base. Base is loaded here in the top of the second inning. Justin Davies not going to get a meeting yet. He will be considered suitable to handle the conditions thus far. Next up to bat will be number 12. That'll be Austin Oults. He's a center fielder for the Tecumseh Thunder. First pitch called ball. Second pitch smacked down the left line. Bases running around here. Taking at third base. 2 runs gone home. Tecumseh Thunder happy about that one. So Austin Olds will bring 2 runs home there, and he sits comfortably on second with a man on third. Next up to bat, we have Brandon Gignac, a man that we talked a little bit about with the .467 average from last year. So him being a man to watch today. First pitch called strike. Second pitch called strike as well. Justin Davies looking for a little bit of a recovery here, leaking a few runs in the last hit. That one a little outside. First ball of this bat. So count will be 1-2 as Justin Davies looks to get Brandon Gignac out. And there it is. Second out of the inning thus far. So back to the top of the order we go. Matt Sykes back up to the bat. First pitch just a little inside, called ball. That one hit pop fly to mid infield, taken well by the first baseman. That makes it 3 outs. Solid start at the top of the second here for the Tecumseh Thunder as they get 2 runs. Justin Davies taking a little bit of a walk back to the bullpen. Sorry, not bullpen, excuse me, to the dugout with his head down. Heading to the bottom of the second here. So now we talked a little bit during the home run derby yesterday about the smoke that was covering BC and the northwestern United States. Wildfires spreading across the interior of BC up to the north as well. So if you're joining us from interior BC, be safe, take care of yourself. And for those of you that do not know, the crew is doing a solid job of getting out the fires in the interior of BC. So Billy Martin still on the mound for Tecumseh Thunder. Still at the bottom of the second here. So up first to bat we have Corey Christie, the designated hitter for the Sydney Sooners. So Corey announced earlier on today, or actually I believe a few days ago, that this would be his final men's tournament after 18 seasons with the Sooners, as he skies that one into shallow left field. It's taken comfortably. But Christie, being a seasoned veteran of this tournament and being a Sydney, Nova Scotia native, he sure is sad to be saying goodbye. However, he hopes to end the tournament and his time with the Sooners quite well here in the tournament. So next up to bat, we have the right fielder, number 14, Colby Turple. First pitch called strike. That one hit high to center field. Austin Olds takes that comfortably. Second out of the inning. Bang, bang, back to back in the bottom of the second here. So next up to bat, we have number 24, center fielder Phil Brown. That one called ball. So Phil Brown, saying on the sheet that he's about height of 5'10". Brown being also a Sydney native, as that one's called strike. Count of 1-1. Strike number 2 there against Brown. So 2 outs, 2 strikes thus far in the bottom of the second inning here. The Tecumseh Thunder looking solid thus far with their pitching attack. Strike 3, Tecumseh Thunder heading into the top of the third comfortably. And we'll be right back on Go Live broadcasts here at Wilson's Group Stadium in the 2018 Men's Baseball Nationals. So we're back at the top of the third inning here at Wilson's Group Stadium at Royal Athletic Park. Kicking things off will be number 3, Eric Cunningham, aka The Franchise. First pitch down and outside, excuse that, for ball 1. Hit hard down the left line. Actually made contact with the umpire, so a little lucky there, but it looks like he's a little in pain. How can you not be? Actually hit quite hard at the umpire's hand. He's looking to shake it off now, though. A little bit of a clap from the crowd there. Not sure if that one was going to be fair or not. It looked like it was actually going out for foul. So Justin Davies pitching around 82 miles per hour to start things off on the Wallace speed meter. That one outside for ball 2. Two and 1 the count thus far. That one a little high, called ball 3.
Probably going to need some light or something.
That one called strike 2 for a full count here. Davies with a little bit of a smile on his face. Strike 3 call. The franchise not too happy about that one. So not too bumping of an atmosphere here at Royal Athletic Park just yet. It is only 12:30, so and it's only 16 degrees, so it's a little bit chilly for a summer day. Still is a decent turnout, as you can see behind the plate. So first pitch called strike. Justin Davies off to a solid start here in the top of this 3rd inning. So Cam Goddard is up to bat here. Swings for strike 2. That one a little bit of a slower pitch at 78 miles per hour. That's ball number 1 for a count of 1-2. That one hit hard to center field, actually taken comfortably over the shoulder, making it look quite easy out in center field. That is Mike Tobin. That's out number 2 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Tecumseh Thunder looking to get some more runs on the board, as it's 2-0 for them thus far. So up next is number 22, the right fielder, Ross Barker. That one hit down the left line to the third baseman, taken comfortably, and out at first base. Justin Davies doing a solid job recovering from the 2 runs last inning. So score is 2-0 as the Tecumseh Thunder head out in the field as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning on Go Live broadcasts. So quite the bump on the right arm of the umpire right now. The medical staff getting a ice pack for the gentleman, Mr. Andrew Downs, at the infield umpire. So up to bat first in the bottom of the third inning here, we have Josh Forrest. Forrest being the third baseman here for the Sydney Sooners. First pitch is called strike. Now Forrest, only 5 feet tall, weighing in at 180. Quite the big unit. We'll see how he does here. Second one called ball. 1-1 is the count. That one hit to the second baseman, taken comfortably, and out at first. So next up to bat, we have number 22, the catcher, Sean Ferguson. 1 out thus far in the bottom of the third inning. That one hit well into center to right field for a base hit. And that being the first base hit thus far for the Sydney Sooners. So number 4, Chris Farrow up to bat next. 1 out down in the bottom of the third inning here, and 1 on first base. That one called strike. Strike 2 there. So Billy Martin is going strong on the mound. Tecumseh Thunder with holding the Sydney Sooners scoreless in the bottom of the third inning thus far. That one hit well into left field, but a little high. Ooh, they actually ran into each other in the left field, but still taken, actually, for the second out of the inning. Both fielders appear to be all right in the center and left field. However, a miscommunication there. Luckily, everybody ending up all right. So next up to bat, number 2, the second baseman, Mike Tobin. Back up to the top of the order we go for the Sydney Sooners. A bunt attempt there from Mike Tobin, but however fouled behind the plate. Quite the run before he tried to hit it for a bunt there. That one called strike on the inside. Mike Tobin not too pleased with that call. That one fouled deep to right. So Mike Tobin being out of Antigonish, Nova Scotia, just aged 24. One of the younger players on the roster here for the Sooners. Actually misfield there from the pitcher. So Tobin will get on base. So Chris Farrow will be on second base in scoring position. Looked as though Billy Martin tried to take that a little bit too comfortably, and it popped off the end of his glove there. A few oohs and ahs from the crowd there as they thought he would take that. Next up to bat is number 45, the first baseman, Ken Long, in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch called ball. So time given here at the plate for Ken Long, with Mike Tobin at first advancing on error and Chris Farrow on second. That one called strike, so it's a count of 1-1. That one line down by the second base, and the throw is in time. 3 outs there for the Tecumseh Thunder as they head to the top of the 4th comfortably, still holding the Sydney Sooners scoreless. Join us again at the top of the 4th inning on Go Live broadcasts here at the 2018 Men's Baseball National Championships.
BCLC is proud to be a part of communities across BC. From entertainment and great prizes to jobs and support for the tourism industry, the benefits of our business are province-wide. Every year, our players generate more than $1 billion for the province of BC, which is used to support healthcare, education, and community groups. Together, we play it forward.
This is so good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica, ship them off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery, sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup, that is how we brew it up.
Cool. How you make the donuts?
Welcome back to Go Live broadcasts. Here we are in the top of the 4th inning at Wilson's Group Stadium at Royal Athletic Park. Up to bat first for the Tecumseh Thunder, we have Roberto Duncan, the designated hitter for the Thunder. Justin Davies still on the mound for the Sooners, only allowing 2 runs thus far. First pitch called ball. So a pretty low scoring affair for the Sooners and the Thunder today. Only a 7-inning game, so both teams will be looking to put some more runs on the board. First strike swinging there. Count is 1-1 for Davies. So 3rd pitch called ball as well for a count of 2-1. So that one quite far outside, but still called strike. 2-2 the count. That one lined fair down the left infield line, taken comfortably at first base for the first out of the top of the 4th inning. Quite the throw there from Josh Forrest, the third baseman. Up next to bat, we have number 20 left fielder Mitch Roy. Roy being a lefty out of Strathroy, Ontario, standing at 6'1", 205 pounds. First one's a tip there for strike one. So that one a ball outside. That one fouled out to the parking lot once again. That one's strikeout swinging there. Second out of the inning here for Justin Davies. Next up to bat, number 7, the catcher, Jesse Carrier. Jesse Carrier hitting that one to the third baseman, Josh Forrest, and as he picks it up comfortably and gets him out at first base. Justin Davies doing well to hold the Thunder scoreless here at the top of the fourth. Heading now to the bottom of the fourth on this lovely morning here in Victoria, BC. So just to look at some of the scores from this morning between Quebec and Newfoundland Labrador, as I said, Quebec taking that one 6-1. We talked a little bit last night at the Home Run Derby about Jonathan Jones, Mr. 6'5", who took control of the first round, winning the first round 3-0. Although he would end up losing to Serge Vautour in the final round, the pitcher to him, J.L. Blacquier, he led Quebec with 3 RBIs this morning here at Royal Athletic Park. So to kick things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning, we have number 32, the left fielder, Jordan Shepard. First one called ball as he seems to be looking to bunt early on. Next one called strike. Still looking for the bunt here. So Billy Martin looking good out of Mississauga, Ontario, standing at 6 feet. That is number 19, the starting pitcher for the Tecumseh Thunder here. That one smacked down the left field line for the second base hit of the day for the Sydney Sooners. after 2 bunt attempts. Jordan Shepard looking to get on base, and he does it successfully. Single to first base. So Corey Christie, the Sydney Sooners seasoned vet, coming in now. The designated hitter as well. First pitch called strike there. Quite the leadoff at first base for Jordan Shepard. So stealing to second base there. Going to be tight. And he would be called out at second base. Quite the pickup there from shortstop Brandon Gignac. After a few bunt attempts and luckily getting on to first, it seems as though Shepard pushed his luck a little too much, getting called out on this steal at second base. And fast reflexes there from Gignac to get from shortstop to second base. So Christie's still looking to get off the mark here in his in Game 2 of the Men's Baseball Nationals 2018. So Billy Martin still with a 1-2 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fouling that one back into the parking lot. The favorite spot of the day today. That pitch only clocking in at around 77 miles per hour on our Wallace Driving School speedometer. That one quite far outside for ball 2. Count is 2-2 with 1 out. That one a little inside, just missing his right knee there to make it a full count here at the bottom of the 4th inning. That one called strike, I believe, on the actual pitch, not just on the swing, although he did swing through. Doug Christie having a little difficulty getting off to the mark here. However, it is only Game 2 of the tournament. Next up, we have number 14, Colby Turple. That one hit hard to the second baseman, picked up comfortably, and out at first base. The Tecumseh Thunder still holding the Sydney Sooners scoreless at the bottom of the 4th inning here. And Billy Martin being the man of the hour so far with 0 runs scored and only 2 hits on base. Join us back here at the top of the 5th inning on Go Live broadcasts at the Men's Nationals 2018. So picking things up here at the top of the 5th inning, the Tecumseh Thunder with 2 and the Sydney Sooners with none. So Justin Davies still on the mound with 1 strike here. So it looks like an attempt at the bunt there, but however he realized that it was going to be a little high. So ball 1 of the top of the 5th inning here. That one a little inside, called strike. So just a little update from over at Lambrick Park, as I'm sure you are aware. During this tournament, games will be happening both at Royal Athletic Park and over at Lambrick Park as well. Manitoba facing off against New Brunswick. Both teams tied at 3 in the top of the 3rd inning, as that one is called for a ball. 2-2 the count here for Davies. That one swung through to the 3rd baseman, picked up comfortably, and swung across to first base for the out. It'll be the first out here in the top of the 5th inning for the Sydney Sooners. So the games over at Lambrick Park will not be broadcasted on Go Live broadcasts. However, you can catch us here at 9, 12, 3, and 7, just about every day here until Sunday. So 1-1 the count here at the top of the 5th inning. Justin Davies going strong. So 2nd strike there. And now, although Go Live broadcasts will not be doing any broadcasts over at Lambrick Park, there is a free stream on Facebook on the Victoria Harbour Cats site on Facebook, and also through the Men's National Baseball Championships Facebook page as well. It is just a single cam event, so you will see it won't be any commentating, no lovely voices for you today. However, you can join us here at Royal Athletic Park at any point during the day. Count is 2-2 here at the top of the 5th. Strike 3 call by Sean Sullivan behind the plate there. So 2 outs at the top of the 5th inning now. Tecumseh Thunder looking to replicate that strong 2nd inning where they scored 2 runs. Unable to find the scoreboard or tick one up on the scoreboard again after that. Justin Davies going strong, however. So Matt Sykes at the top of the order, number 1, coming in again. This being the 3rd time we're going through the Tecumseh order. For a full count. Not quite. Check that. Believe it's 2-0 count. 2 balls, 0 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. So that one also called ball here. 3 balls, 0 strikes. So that one called strike, 3-1 the count. Now both teams only having 2 hits thus far. However, the Ontario Tecumseh Thunder have 2 runs on the board. That one called ball, and Matt Sykes will jog comfortably to first base here. So next up we have number 3, Eric Cunningham, with a man on first. The franchise in no rush to get to the plate here. So that one actually hit the inside. The franchise seems to be a little fired up by that one. Unable to find the bag himself, so he will get a little bit of support from Justin Davies here. So Tecumseh Thunder in scoring position. A few laughs here in the Tecumseh Thunder dugout as the franchise is quite fired up by the fact that he just got hit in the elbow. So space given here at the first and second bases for a solid leadoff from both runners. That one called strike. So up to bat now is Cam Goddard. Cam Goddard participated in yesterday's home run derby. If you followed that here on Go Live broadcasts. That one hit hard but high. This is a pop fly to shallow infield, and that's taken comfortably by the shortstop to end the 5th inning. So Justin Davies taking a few walks here to first and second base both. However, still keeping the Thunder scoreless as we move here to the bottom of the 5th inning. Davies with a solid start thus far, only 2 runs given, which is in the overall scheme of the scoring of this tournament thus far is quite good. And still Billy Martin, check that, for the Tecumseh Thunder, going even stronger with 0 runs given to the Sydney Sooners thus far. So out to bat here, as we welcome you back to the bottom of the 5th inning, number 24, Phil Brown, the center fielder out of Sydney, Nova Scotia. The Sydney Sooners running out of time a little bit here with only 2 innings to go after this. The first ball called strike here as Billy Martin still on the mound. But the Sooners running a little bit out of time here with 2.5 innings to go. So they look to catch up to the two runs there as that one's popped up to shallow right field. Taken comfortably by Matt Sykes there. So 1 out here thus far for the Sooners. So we welcome back Mr. Big Unit, number 44, Josh Forrest, the third baseman here. First one is going to be outside, but it's going to be called a strike there by Sean Sullivan behind the plate. Just checking in on the infield umpire, Andrew Downs. His arm does look a little bit swollen, but it appears that he's able to carry on with his excellent job of umpiring. That one hit hard down the center line. Picked up comfortably on the run. Oh, dropped at first, so that's called safe. Josh Forrest getting on base for the second time on error today. And I'm not sure if that'll be called an error or not. But we'll get back to you on that. Billy Martin not looking too pleased with that, but he is doing his job so far. Next up is Sean Ferguson, the catcher for the Sooners here.
Number 22, the catcher, Sean Ferguson.
He will watch that one go outside, but that's called strike. So Sean Sullivan with a quite an outside strike zone at the moment. Only to righties though, of course. So that one lined to left field for a solid base hit. Josh Forrest appears to be putting the brakes on as he gets to second base. So Sean Ferguson putting a man on, advancing a man to second and getting himself on first base. Up next will be number 4, the shortstop, Chris Farrow. So with a runner on first and a runner on second, the Sooners appear to be in scoring position here, as Chris Farrow watches the first one go a little high for ball 1. So he's got a little bit of breathing room here as well with only 1 out.
You're all right. I got you. You're okay. You're okay.
That one a little high as well, called for ball 2. So Billy Martin still hovering around that 82 mile per hour average.
I got you down there. You're okay. You're okay. Take a step. You're okay. You're all right. You're okay.
That one also a little high, so that's ball number 3 on Chris Farrow here. Billy Martin got to be careful here. He's got 3 balls and 0 strikes with a man on first and a man on second. So he doesn't want to advance the runners here with a walk. So I'd assume he'd be hunting for the strike here. Call the strike there, although Chris Farrell thought he had it. He's got some space now.
Put some together here. I got you. You're okay. Keep them over there. I got you.
So count of 3-1.
You're all right. Where are the line drives?
That one swung through, hit comfortably to left field. It will advance Forrest home. And runners will stay on first and second as the Sooners get their first run of the day with 1 out and a man on first and a man on second. So quite the hit there from Chris Farrow, taking advantage of the 3-1 count. And Billy Martin, the nerves are starting to get to him, apparently, for only 1 run, though, given, so he's still got plenty of time to stay composed. So Billy Martin with a good day thus far. So he'll have to be careful here with the 1 out. Next up to bat, we have Mike Tobin, number 2, the second baseman. That one called strike for the first pitch.
Good job here, Craigie.
Leadoffs given both at first and second.
I got you. You're okay. You're okay.
That one fouled hard to the right side, just missing the ball boys. So Mike Tobin here with an 0-2 count, facing off against Billy Martin.
You're all right, Burke. I got you. You're okay.
That one a little outside and called ball to make it 1-2. Time given here for number 2, Mike Tobin. And it looks as though we have some action in the bullpen over on the right side of the field for the Thunder. Billy Martin doing a solid job thus far, so I would assume they'd give him some more breathing room. So the pressure is on for Billy Martin for sure here with a 1-2 count. That one hit hard to right field. Looks as though it's going to be taken comfortably in right field, and it is. That's be Ross Barker over in right field. So next up to bat for the Sooners, number 45, the first baseman. That'd be Ken Long. So Long being the left-handed hitter, 5'11", 190 pounds. He hits left-handed and throws right-handed. Age 28, out of Sydney, Nova Scotia as well. And that one's hit to left field, taken comfortably. So Billy Martin does a great job of closing out the inning after a 1-run inning. He does look a little frustrated, but good for his sake that he's able to close out properly. So it looks as though the bullpen is still gonna be warming up over on the right side. But Billy Martin doing a great job here as we close out the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1 for the Tecumseh Thunder against the Sydney, Nova Scotia Sooners.
Chris, are you still out there? I was just wondering, my doctor still walks the back and hit anything. Yeah.
So kicking things off now in the top of the 6th inning, we have
I can hear you.
number 22, Ross Barker on the Tecumseh Thunder. He is the right fielder who took the second to last catch in the last inning here in the right field.
Can you hear me? Okay, yeah, sure.
So Justin Davies still on the mound here, pushing through. Only 2 runs given up, but they were given up quite early in the 2nd inning. So he's done well to keep the Thunder powerhouse of a batting order scoreless here. That one smacked to the second baseman, picked up comfortably as the Sooners get their first out of the 6th inning. So Roberto Duncan up next for the Thunder. And Roberto being no small man at 6'3", 225 pounds. That one smacked foul. And you can definitely see why he's the designated hitter out of Windsor, Ontario. This big unit, number 2 big unit actually in this game. But Thunder thighs definitely can hit some big shots here. Haven't seen it yet today, but we'll see how he goes for the remainder of the tournament as he watches the ball go by for a count of 1-1. That one a little high for ball 2. 2-1 is the count. That one swung through hard, but fouled to the left to make the count 2-2. So here at the top of the 6th inning, Justin Davies powering his way through. And we're yet to see if Billy Martin is to continue the pitching for the Thunder, but that's a topic for the bottom of the 6th. That one goes through for ball number 3 to make it a full count here on designated hitter Roberto Duncan. That one a little low, but called strike. Roberto Duncan not too happy with that one. But the umpire's call is final, so that will make it 2 outs. So next up, number 22, Ross Barker, I believe. Or check that, number 20, Mitch Roy, the left fielder for the Thunder here. That one quite high on the changeup. Around 66 miles per hour on the Wallace speed gun. That one swung through and going back to the parking lot once again. Favorite spot of the day. Now, Mitch Roy being one of the guys for the Thunder that hit a man on base early in the 2nd inning. But that appears to be in the rear distant mirror for Justin Davies here. The count being 2-1 and still going strong with 2 out here. Smack to left field, but quite high, so they're going to have to communicate here. He would dive strong. That's a good attempt there by the shortstop, but not quite making it. So base hit here for the Thunder. First one since the 2nd inning. Great effort there. That was a full-on stretch. So number 7, Jesse Carrier, up to bat now, the catcher. With a man on first. That went a little high and outside, so that would be ball 1. Attempting to steal second there with 2 outs, so it's comfortable, but it's hit to center field and taken comfortably. So the Sooners will hold the Thunder to no runs scored here in the top of the 6th inning. Although one error, I guess you could consider that an error, dropped in the left field. Justin Davies still doing a great job of holding the Thunder scoreless. So we'll see what the Thunder bring now as a pitching attack. I believe it is Billy Martin who is staying on. Yes, it is. And so the Thunder, close behind, actually, just a little bit ahead of the Nova Scotia Sydney Sooners. So the Sooners quite close to the behind of Ontario here. So we'll be right back on Go Live broadcast here in the bottom of the 6th inning, here at the 2018 Men's National Baseball Championships. So welcome back to Victoria, BC on Go Live broadcasts here at Royal Athletic Park. So Billy Martin is still the man on the mound, and number 32 left fielder Jordan Shepard up to bat here. So Sooners coming off a 1-run inning. First pitch is called ball by home plate umpire Sean Sullivan. Second pitch called strike to make the count 1-1. So that one fouled to hit the catcher's mitt, but still going behind the plate to make the count 1-2. So still some action here in the Tecumseh Thunder bullpen, but however, Billy Martin is holding his own, doing quite the job of keeping the Sooners scoreless, although they have the 1-run last inning. That one hit down the left field line for a foul. So Shepard hitting that one hard down the left field line. Just the third base for the Thunder, just missing that one. So Shepard will reach first base. And Billy Martin having a hard time there, containing the hit by Shepard. Not much he can do about that. Good effort from the franchise, but however, it is just hops over his left glove. So next up to bat here, we have number 16, Corey Christie, the designated hitter for the Sooners. So Christie getting good contact on the bunt there. The catcher comfortably getting it and getting it out at first. So the Sooners will still have a man on second. Christie arguably doing his job after 2 miss hits in the first few at-bats for him. He will advance a runner to second. So next up to bat, we have number 14, Colby Turple, the lefty out of Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Come on, Terps, come on, baby.
So that one a little high. Quite a lot of room here for Shepard at second base to lead off here. Only 1 out thus far, so they're not going to do a whole lot of action with him there at second. Although it looked like he was about to swing at it, he left it, and it was still called a strike, so to advance the count to a 1-1. Turple hitting that one hard to deep right field, and we'll see about the communication here. Yeah, it seems as though the Thunder will catch it. Runner advancing to third, though, still comfortably. Safe on third base here. Jordan Shepard taking up at base and making his way over to third on that catch. So number 24, Phil Brown, up to bat next with a man in scoring position on third base. 2 outs here, so he'll have to be careful about where he goes. So Martin pitching a little outside for ball 1 on the first pitch there. That one called strike. Dead center of the strike zone there. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here at the bottom of the 6th inning for the Thunder. One smacked hard to the second baseman. Comfortably picked up and thrown to first base. So the Sooners will remain scoreless as Shepard looks a little disappointed with his foot on the home base there. Billy Martin doing his job once again, holding the Sooners scoreless. Here in Victoria, BC, we finish off the 6th inning at Royal Athletic Park. And we'll be right back at the top of the 7th inning on Go Live Broadcasts.
BCLC is proud to be a part of communities across BC. From entertainment and great prizes to jobs and support for the tourism industry, the benefits of our business are province-wide. Every year, our players generate more than $1 billion for the province of BC, which is used to support healthcare, education, and community groups. Together, we play it forward.
This is so good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica. Ship them off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery. Sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup. That is how we brew it up.
Cool. How you making donuts?
So into the 7th inning we go here as the Sydney Sooners trail behind the Tecumseh Thunder 1-2. The Thunder at bat here in the top of the 7th. Number 12 being the man, that is the center fielder Austin Olds. So just a little bit of an update here from Lambrick Park. It's still 3-3, tied at the top of the 5th. So a little bit of bunt action as the first hit of the inning here. Picked up nicely, but a little bit of an overthrow. So he will get advanced to second. The right fielder will hold the ball there on the overthrow. So on the first hit of the game, first hit of the 7th inning, the Thunder will advance to the second base here. So number 11, Brandon Gignac up here with a man on second in scoring position with no outs. Now Tecumseh, I would imagine, be looking to set a little bit of a cushion here with a 2-1 score at the moment. Another bunt there. See the throw on target this time for the first out. However, they will advance a man to third base, which is not a bad option with only one out. So 2 bunts here early on for the Tecumseh Thunder, and both actually paying off to an extent. So back to the top of the order we go once again for the Thunder. Number 1, Matt Sykes at the plate, with Austin Olds, number 12, on third base. So the Sydney Sooners infielders creeping in a little bit in anticipation of either a bunt, or we've already had 2 bunts thus far, so bunt looking there, but called ball. Not sure what's going through the head of the batsman here now, but we'll batter check that. That one a little high, so that would be ball 2, 2-0 the count. That one popped up high into shallow left field, taken comfortably, and the runner will stay at third base. A little bit of an off-speed pitch there from Justin Davies. So Mr. The Franchise will be coming up to bat now with 2 outs. A little more pressure on this batsman now to set the cushion for the Thunder here. That'd be number 3, Eric Cunningham. Mr. Questionable Hair. That one called ball just a little outside. That one called strike just a little inside, making the count 1-1, I believe. Still with the man on third here, the Thunder in scoring position. That one an off-speed pitch as well at 65 miles per hour on the Wallace speed gun, except a little too high to make that a 2-1 count. That one a little inside as well, called ball to make the count 3-1. The franchise with some breathing room here now, 3-1. That one hit hard and high to right field. Franchise not too impressed with that, but taken comfortably in right field. The Sooners looking now to surpass the 1 run standing between them and the Tecumseh Thunder. So here we go now to the bottom of the 7th inning in Victoria, BC. Our game here at Royal Athletic Park being just a little ahead of the game at Lambrick. They're still sitting tied 3-3 at the top of the 5th inning. So it looks as though it's going to be a pitching change here for the Tecumseh Thunder. Let me check that.
This is really good.
So it will in fact be a pitching change here for Kyle Brittner. That'll be number 18 out of Brampton, Ontario. So talking about pitchers here, the pitcher for the Sooners actually having a little bit of a talk there. A little bit of banter between the manager and the pitcher for the Sooners after closing out comfortably, recovering from the two-run second inning there, as we move here now to the bottom of the 7th with a new pitcher for the Thunder. So number 44, the third baseman, Josh Forrest, up here to start off the bottom of the 7th inning. The Sooners looking to catch up a little bit and hopefully surpass the Thunder. Strike one there. So a lot of chat there from the Sooners dugout. The home base umpire not looking too pleased with them. That one called strike as well. A little bit more chat from the dugout again. That one quite far outside, but clocking in around 89 miles per hour, which is the fastest pitching we've seen today. And a fresh arm here for Breitner. And hopefully, if he does his job well, only one inning for this man. That one given ball as well. Count is 2-2. A little bit of an off-speed pitch there at 77 miles per hour. That one hit hard into foul ball territory in the right field, hitting the top of the box office there. One more, might as well send it in the direction of the box office again. Security looking a little bit scared over in that direction. So still remaining at a count of 2-2 here. Kyle Breitner looking solid off the start. So time given here at the plate for Forrest. So that one quite far outside for ball 3 to make things a full count here. The first batter to face against this new pitcher here, Kyle Breitner. Full count. Very entertaining way to start off the bottom of the 7th inning here. That will be strike 3. Solid way to start things off for Breitner here. That'll be his first victim here at the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll see if he can close things out or if the Sooners will fight back to rally. So up next we have number 22, the catcher, Sean Ferguson. That one swung hard and fouled out high and long to the road over in down Beacon Hill area of Victoria. Fairfield, Victoria. So Sean Ferguson here fouling the first pitch to make the count 0-1. That one hit hard down the left field line and finding the gap between the third baseman and the shortstop to put Sean Ferguson on base for the first time today. So number 4, Chris Farrow up to bat now. He was involved in the only scoring play by the Sooners in today's game. Now Mr. Nicebeard Kyle Breitner at the mount with a man on first. First pitch called a strike. That one hit quite high. The catcher takes the call, but it's in the dead center of the sun. He will take it comfortably behind the plate to get shortstop Chris Farrow out there for 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Things not looking too good for the Sooners here. However, they do have a man on first if number 2 Mike Tobin decides to have a rip here. So relief pitcher Kyle Breitner has a chance to finish off the game here and make a name for himself in the second game of the Men's Canadian Nationals 2018. First one smacked hard down the center field line, and it will be taken in center field. And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Wilson's Group Stadium at Royal Athletic Park in Victoria, BC. Pleasure having you here at Go Live Broadcasts. We start things off in the second game here with the Tecumseh Thunder beating the Sydney Sooners 2-1. And you can catch us back here on Go Live Broadcasts at Royal Athletic Park at 3 p.m. where British Columbia will be facing off against Alberta. So that's a 3 p.m. start here in Victoria, BC. The sun's starting to shine, and it's a good atmosphere here at Royal Athletic Park, so we will see you shortly.
Do you guys want to do water jug this game, and I'll go get the ball from the umpire, and then next game, fine, I'll go run and get the ball from the umpire.
So weird. The Sydney team has like two different color teams. Blue and red. And one is blue and white.